loves to go to the root.
Dr. Shah will have a great answer for you.
The question is whether ginseng, Korean red ginseng, belongs in the he tea group of Chinese. So we have the liang is the cooling, and then the he tea. So.
Okay. Yes, indeed. Traditionally, in TCM, people do regard the Korean red ginseng as warm in nature. Okay, and then so since it's warm in nature, and they says okay that it will be good for the elderly who have the cold hand or cold feet or cold in nature, and also the warm Korean red ginseng is supposed to be good in cold in the place with cold weather. That was the old way of thinking. But nowadays, we understand that, or through a lot of clinical study or animal study, yes, we do find that actually have nothing to do with the body temperature. Actually, as I understand, currently there's a clinical study going on, even though we haven't had the final result yet. But however, through the preliminary data we received, we do find out yes, the Korean ginseng have nothing to do with the body temperature. So maybe some people, I would say, some people. In the old way, if we do regard red Korean ginseng as warm in nature, then it should not be taken in a tropical area like Singapore. Right? And that would be the question that people may ask from that end. But through some scientific studies or some clinical studies of the TCM doctors, it actually have nothing to do with the temperature and also with the weather. So actually it can be, Korean red ginseng actually can be taken in all kinds of weather or all kinds of areas in the world, not necessarily to be in the northern part of in the cold places. It should be, even with the Singapore, Malaysian countries, it should be also good.
Thank you, Dr.
Definitely, we haven't encountered any people in the tropical area to take in Korean red ginseng and not be something not good. No.
Actually,
it's just a general belief, or in the old belief, but actually have no evidence.
Okay, let me tell you some more things. The yang in all Chinese philosophy, yin and yang. Well, the yang has, I think the story is different from heat generation. It's different. Well, of course, Korean ginseng helps to keep your skin temperature warm. Let's say that your skin temperature is lower in Singapore. What will happen to your body? The hypothalamus, your brain, regard I'm too cold, it's too hot, and our body system operates to sweat. If you sweat too much, you lose energy. The vital energy, it means qi. So the people living in hot temperatures tell you, Korean ginseng, red ginseng, especially to keep your skin temperature warm. Okay, let's say by taking the camel in desert as an example. The camel lives in a desert, Middle East. At daytime, the temperature goes up to almost 45 to 50s. It's extremely hot. What will happen if the temperature of the camel's skin is low? Well, the camel loses all the water in his body. It has here is fat clump. Okay? The camel will lose the fat in a few days. But the camel supplies the blood to the skin at daytime and keep the skin warmer. Okay, so that can reduce the temperature difference between the skin and the surroundings. The core temperature in our body never changes, but the skin, especially the extremities, temperature will change. So people who are living in hot climate has to take Korean medicine. Traditionally, Koreans took Korean ginseng at summer with chicken. That's why we take ginseng in summer.
Can I add more? Because that I got some friends in Singapore, and they always told me that the Korean ginseng is a heaty one. So if I say that, oh, Korean ginseng is not heaty, it's really good for your health. It's a kind of not some warm one or not middle temperature. No matter how I say to it, they just say, oh, you are part of this company, so I never trust you. Okay, that's why we just invited some professors. It's a very prestigious professors to come to here and to explain why the Korean red ginseng is not a heaty one. The heaty one, these rumors, I think, spreading from the people who dealing the American ginseng. Because American, in commercial way, if you're thinking about it, American ginseng is the price of American cost of American ginseng is lower, but they give the more profits. But the naturally Korean ginseng's cost is very high. So in commercially, we can tell the difference.
Don't listen to all those rumors. Corporate rivalry.
Well, the reason that I'm asking is because I've been told, and I'm thinking, just for my son as well. So they've been told that the Korean ginseng is heaty, and try the Chinese one and all that. So I guess.
Well, you never know for sure, right? So I guess everything in moderation. Any other questions from anyone? Eager to get to the food, right? No more questions? Okay.